without further ado, let's start. Basically, introduction to Power BI for financial analysis. Uh, Basically, who is this webinar for? Most of the people on this call at the minute are all finance professionals. So it is for finance professionals, for business owners or entrepreneurs as well, who are looking to keep a track of how the business is performing. If you're a manager or any sort of decision maker in finance or outside finance as well, because database decision making is the right way to go about it. So this kind of helps you think from that perspective. It is for data analysts, business analysts as well, people who basically anybody who works with data. And then above all, basically, it is for people who anybody who is interested in financial analysis. Obviously, the title suggests that itself, right? What is the agenda for today? There is familiarization of the Power BI interfaces. I will obviously not be doing the modeling because we just have 35 minutes for the demo, but I will show you what the data modeling and transformation and data acquisition looks like. I will answer some of the questions which have already been asked even well before we got to the webinar today. We'll share some interactive dashboards and how, what the thought process behind them, how visual data representation, interactive dashboards all help in financial performance, basically analysis. So we'll cover those last these three topics together using dashboards. So this more is much more on the back end of Power BI, and this three is basically much more on the front end of Power BI. Okay, we have a busy agenda, so I will now push on. Just for everybody who's joined in last couple of minutes, I have put everybody on mute, but if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask. I would like this to be as much interactive as possible. And even after this session, right? Most of you have connected with me with LinkedIn and at LinkedIn and stuff like that. So ask me questions after as well on LinkedIn. They just said this, but I want clarification in my particular business case. What about this? We can have that chat. I am very passionate about this topic. So why should I care about Power BI in finance? This is a topic which we need to understand because many a times I get asked of Tejas, but I have Excel. Why do I care? Right? Mostly, and everybody does have Excel. I'm not going to argue with the fact that yes, people have Excel. But think of it this way, right? Almost 70+% time is still being spent in data acquisition, organization, cleansing, and stuff like that. It's just not sustainable. And given the inflationary pressures in the market today, and obviously the challenging environment that we all are living in, everything that you can save or make more efficient is always adding value to your bottom line. Okay. Financial reporting can be actually a part of it can even be automated and self-service, which basically brings your finance resource back into finance to be much better business partners or do better value add activities as opposed to playing in Excel, essentially. So you can automate and basically make it self-service. A recent survey by Grow CFO also pointed out that processes are not documented. Again, one of the clients I have worked with, right, the invoicing process was not documented at all, and therefore when the two invoicing people left, everybody what the hell were you doing? How is this working? Nobody knows. That is not a good position to be in. Right? There is no audit of the process, and there is no control mechanisms around it. It is really stuff to think about, right? If you automate it, if you document it, and if you basically put it into a process like Power BI, you've got space where you can then go back and check the steps and things like that. Okay. Most 68% professionals are now
I'm just listening to something.
Professionals are now basically saying that they need basically real-time data. Again, I was talking to a CFO literally last week, and she was saying that if by the time I download the data from my basically ERP and my CRM, and then I clean it, align it, clean the customer names, and I model out a forecast of some sort, it's already 2-3 weeks. By the time she gets there, she's like, my data is old. It's irrelevant because she's in a retail environment. The data is moving just so quickly. So, it's things like that. You need to work with close to real-time or real-time data as much as possible. Okay, finance teams struggle with basically multiple sources. Today, data is king. You are getting data from everywhere, right? From all over, from different systems, from ERP systems, HRM systems, and a whole lot of different places.